Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy's daily review. Today is Thursday, March 9, 2023. All right, so as you see here, I've been waiting for this for, as you see, look at this, 1, 2, 3.5 months. Because when this low came out, I even put this out, like when we were up here. So then when we came here, we and go back to, we have a daily review every day, right? So you'll see, you can go back to this day. What is this? Wednesday, the 9th of November, right? So finally we built all that liquidity and we came for it. What we decided to do was open up, come up first, take out the previous day's high and get into that imbalance, which I was mentioning yesterday. And then my goal was to take out these equal lows here from yesterday and this massive pool. So all happened today. Now, I didn't expect it to all happen today because I know we had news tomorrow. So I don't know what they're going to do tomorrow. I mean, it's going to be interesting unless they're going to rally it all the way back up to use the news to do that, to get back into this imbalance. So my situation now is, okay, well, I got this high and it's a stretch. I mean, the price is really down. So, and in general, I would go up for this and to get back in here, but that's going to take a lot of power to do that. And I think we're about to have that massive, we're going to have something like this. I don't know. I mean, you see this right here. We can't really, so in this situation, we can't really kind of get smaller candles like this because tomorrow's news. So I'm expecting a big range day unless it wants to like do one of these, come down and come back up type of thing, right? So, because now we got into this block. So the game is changing a little bit now. I've had the same ideas for, 3 months. So now it's time to shift. So if that's the case, we're getting into this block here. We've took all this imbalance right here, all in today. Now we're in this block. So I think this block's going to hold it up a little bit. And then we're going to see some action like this, or some action like this, or even action like this. See this action right here with this big candle, and then we came down, we came back up. Well, we might see something like this, and now slowly for weeks on a time, get back up to here. I don't think this level is over. But at the same time, it did do its job, and we don't have to come back. I mean, technically. So we could just be doing this all the way down until we clear out all this shit now. So that's what I'm seeing. So, and then this is definitely my next target. If this block doesn't hold, this is my next target for sure. I'll just leave that right there. All right, we're going to take this. We're going to change this black. Done. Big old X. Finished. Deleting this. That's where we're at. All right, yeah, so this block, we'll see what happens here. They might even get close to in here and then bounce up. But it's going to be interesting. But I know we got all this imbalance on the weekly chart. If I go to a weekly chart right now, you're going to see that that's why I got these squares been sitting here. We got this massive imbalance in price. Look at this. So down here is a good level of where I expect us to be. I don't know how long, but I mean, hey, we could get there, within this month even. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so let's go into a 5 minutes so you can see this. All right. So as of yesterday, we took this up. I knew this was going to be a target. Sure enough, it came up, and we used this projection from C to B. We measured this here, C to B, and we had a 4 standard deviation. That's when it reached up and peaked out. I was completely done with the trade, so I took a buy here in the beginning of the day. All right, and I couldn't even catch this. I wasn't even going to mess around with this, which I could have, but that was gambling for me. I just didn't want to mess around, so I waited for order flow. You can't see it on this time frame, on the 5 minute even. I have to go to a 1 minute, but let me go to 1 minute. Screw it. All right, so we're at a 1 minute here. All right, just follow me here. And I missed this, and then order flow came in. Boom. This block held. We saving this imbalance, and we have an agenda of taking out that daily imbalance, as we mentioned, and then it went right through it. Once it went right through it, now we have the projections here. I also had the intention of maybe going a little higher because it is just entering the imbalance of the day. But see here. But the problem with that is that this is Thursday. We're saving the news for tomorrow, so I thought tomorrow was going to be the news. But I thought about it, and my feeling was like, yo, wait a minute. You know, we've already peeked in and grabbed it, and today is Thursday. So using this projection here, you're taking definitely 80% off when it's reaching in this area here, which I did, and then it came all the way back. It held in here. All right, it held in here, and then I took a buy here, right here, and then it came against me. So once it came all the way back down, I was out of the trade. And then I looked for sells because I'm like, okay, we got now this built liquidity, this liquidity, and then we had I shouldn't have deleted it. The equal lows that I deleted, which was, I believe, right here. Yeah, we had that green line that was right here. If you want to look at if you want to look at it on social media, you can see I took a snapshot of it already. But we were looking for that low right there. Sure enough, it just sank all the way through. So I didn't expect it to go that far today, but I thought, you know, that would have been saved for tomorrow. But it's okay because I'm following order flow. So watch this. So we had price come up, come all the way back down, come up, fail, come down, and then it comes underneath this imbalance. This imbalance now, instead of turning as support, it'll be now resistance. So when it came down, it came back underneath. Look how the bodies respect. You got to pay attention here. Bodies respected perfectly right on that imbalance, and that becomes your resistance. You could have been a seller here. Me, I wasn't buying that because I was already in a buy and I wasn't sure. So I'm waiting for more order flow, or at least a break of this low if we're going to start selling. So sure enough, price comes down, comes up, and I got confluence with NAS and ES or S&P flowing the same direction. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Could have been a seller here too when it got into this block. Didn't. Could have been a seller here. I had plenty of opportunities to sell, but I wasn't really sure. So that's the case. When that was the case, we have this big gap right here of today's gap. So a big signature is that the price will come to it, and then it'll break through it, and then it'll come back underneath it. And look, as you see, it held as resistance once it broke. But I was already in the trade when I had this big, beautiful, well, it's not that big, but nice imbalance right there with some gaps. Price came up, held, never broke above the top of the starting imbalance candle. And if it blew off, then it blew off. But it was perfectly correct. So then price, because this is a break of structure right here. I don't want to make this video too long, but this became a break of structure right here for me. All right. And all signs to take the sell. Came back in, confirmed that the price never went above, and it sold again. Now, there was plenty of entries. You could have been a seller right here with this imbalance. See how it taps right there? All right. You could have been a seller right here. You could have been a seller right here. And you could have been a seller right here. Could have been a seller right here. Take a look. All right. Could have been a seller right here. It held all the way. I'm not going to draw. You can take a look at that. You could have been a seller even right here. This would have been the balance, and then that protected high of that candle. Could have been a seller right here, right there, as soon as it taps in. Could have been a seller right there, peeked in, and so on. All right, and then take a look. We got, well, we have this low as well, big dollar sign. We've been waiting forever. We did the projection here from C to B, all right? And the projection down here came all the way to 4.5 standard deviation beautifully, and it stopped. See that wick right there with the candle? Boom. Beautiful. Completely done with the trade. I had took 50% right off of here when it got here, and then price came up. Thought I was going to start making order flow and bounce back because it is Thursday, but it kept flowing. So took the rest off right here at the standard 4.5 deviations because it blew right through. Like it literally blew right through, and then it started to come back up. You see the order flow, done. Beautiful day. So that being said, tomorrow, I mean, you know, I think they just saved it all for today. Sneaky. Now watch tomorrow be a dud day. Very possible that it's just like a shakeout type of day. So go back to the daily chart here. Unless they use tomorrow to really sink and come down and get to this gap. If I go on the week chart, there's a weekly gap, which I'll show you guys my weekly gap chart. But let's see here. Yeah, this is the next week gap right here. And we're above that already. And then we're above here. So yeah, we've already hit this week gap right here. See, when this closed, this opened. So this is a gap right here. And price went right to it. So then this is the next week gap right there. So I'm going to put some importance on that. And that'll be it for this video. All right, so going back to the daily, and yeah, this is where we're at, man. So we're gonna probably see a good bounce from in the middle of this candle, or even like when it taps in right here. We'll see probably something like that going back up from this candle. If it doesn't, and it doesn't hold and it blows right through, then we're just expect all this rolling right through. And some of these levels that I got, some reactions off these levels. All right, hope this helps you guys. Take care. God bless.